Ray Manzarek, keyboardist of The Doors. Ray, how you doing?
Hi, Jim.
Have a hand for Ray.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice to be here.
Now stop applauding and answer the phone.
Really?
Okay.
Call in, please.
Yes.
Call in.
Let me talk to you just a bit about this extraordinary band because The Doors, as everyone knows, is one of a handful of legendary bands that changed music forever.
People say that.
Well, it's true.
Is
it's
it?
true. I know that you're modest about it, Ray, but
Okay.
it's true.
Okay.
Can you possibly sum up for us what it is about this music that has touched both baby boomers and the new generation coming up who are listening to The Doors as a new band?
It's interesting. I'm meeting people who claim to be third-generation Doors fans now. Makes me feel a little old, but what the heck? What's the difference? 15, 16-year-old kids are getting onto The Doors, as they did back in 67, 68. What is it about the music? I think what we try to do is we try to touch on timeless themes. As John said earlier, Jim said, go out and write some songs about earth, air. What does it mean to be alive on the earth? We're on a planet. This planet is revolving around the sun. We're in a solar system. What does that mean? Why are we here? Why are we on this earth? What is the purpose of our existence? Where do we come from? Where are we going after we exit these bodies? Those are all the questions the Doors played with and tried to get into the music. And I think one of the problems of today is that we're afraid musically to attempt to get into those areas of psychological thought. I think there's a fear of going to the other side, of breaking on through to the other side, and that realm is a realm of freedom. And I think one of the problems today is there's no freedom. We've lost our freedom.
Right. Well, it's extraordinary what you say that rock and roll would be dealing with these subjects because I think a lot of people still consider rock and roll to be some sort of mindless jungle music, and here you're talking about metaphysical matters, matters of the spirit.
Exactly. Well, rock and roll is a rhythm. It's 2 and 4. It's the devil's beat. You know, it's the beat of Dionysus. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's not a waltz. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an accent on the backbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a music of procreation. It's a music of sex.
Music of procreation. That's right.
You know, and it's what we are. I'm a man. Cynthia's a very lovely woman. That's what it's all about. It's all about men and women engaging in an act, in a sexual act, to continue the species. Right. That's what rock and roll is all about. Now, why continue the species if you don't know what the purpose of existence is? What is the purpose of our existence? Why are we here, and what's this all about? For one thing, it's to make art, I'll tell you that. Making art is one of the most joyous things you can possibly do. KCET, man, I've been watching it for years and years and years. This is where all the art is. This is it. It's either this or Beavis and Butthead. And you're going to be, either you're going to be stupid and a fascist, or you're going to contribute to KCET and watch this kind of stuff. Because this is what it's all about.
Does it worry you that that you would go from John Lennon and Jim Morrison's lyrics to you would think we would go further, and now we're going into Beavis and Butthead land. Does that worry you, or is it just something we're doing?
It's a reaction. It's a cyclical thing. Having watched, I grew up in the 50s, so I saw Elvis when it first happened on television, Little Richard and Fats Domino. I've seen the thing go through cycle after cycle. It died out in the late 50s and early 60s, and then it came back. Rock and roll came back with the British invasion, with the Beatles and the Stones and the Animals and the Dave Clark Five and everybody else. They brought fresh air back to us. We went psychedelic in 67. We consumed certain substances that opened our consciousness, that opened the doors of perception, and the Jefferson Airplane and the Grateful Dead and the Doors and groups like that were psychedelic. Now we're in a period in which young people are a little bit afraid to stand up to the powers that be and to stand up to the organized, the establishment, as we used to call it. They're afraid to stand up to the establishment. Once they do, they're going to find their freedom. And I think it's a cycle, and I think about 2 or 3 years from now, by 1996, we're going to be aware that the year 2000 is right around the corner. We don't talk about the 21st century. We're afraid of the 21st century. Why don't we? Man, it's just right around the corner. And by 1996, we're going to say, hey, the 21st century is coming. We better save this mother planet of ours.
Great.
This is it. This is all we have. Mother Earth, right here, man.
It's time to stop being afraid and to find our freedom.
Find your freedom. Yes. No fear. No fear. And KCET is the kind of art that has no fear to it. Amen. That's what I love about it.
Amen. Well, it's a great forum for that, as is The Doors. Now let's return to the Doors at the Hollywood Bowl right here on member-supported KCET Los Angeles.